I'm from a very religious upbringing, a very strong Christian, Lutheran, American household. Very strong. You know, like every room you go in, there's a new crucifix. You're like, oh, manger, 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 cross. Like that type of lot. You're like, okay, there he is. He's watching. Like when I came out of the closet, like the crucifixes shook. Like I was like, ah, he's here. Like, wow. And I was so into it. I was such a Jesus freak. I was such a hardcore Jesus head. I was like, yeah. Oh, yeah. It all made perfect sense to me. Also, no one has better marketing in the world than Jesus H. Christ, okay? The merchandise, the crosses, the fish, the wine, the hair. That guy's hot. I'm like, there's a lot going on. All of it is very cool, very good marketing. The bracelets, if you need me, I have so much of it still. Do you remember the Jesus is my homeboy era? Yes! Unlocked memories are coming back. I was a big Jesus is my homeboy head, big time. The religion made perfect sense to me, and here's why. Okay, so Christianity, virginity was like the coolest thing you could have in my hometown. Like everyone was like, I want to be a virgin. Do you remember the rings? Do you remember it was so, the Jonas Brothers had them. Like the virginity rings were, do you know how many virginity rings I have popped off to pop in? You guys would lose your minds. Just like, would you like your ring back, miss? Like it was a moment. It was a big, like virginity was huge. Virginity in my hometown was like Coke in the 80s. It was like, who's got it? We wanted it, you know? And it was a big moment, so like, I don't know, when I was pitched the religion, like I was becoming of age, I was a blossoming young flower, and my youth pastor sat me down, and she was like, listen, this is what this whole faith is about. You're gonna sign a contract, like a physical piece of paper, pen and all. A contract with God. Hi, ever heard of him? And they sat me down, and she was like, okay, you're gonna just sign a contract, and it says, I promise to never kiss, date, or have sex with a man until I'm married. I said, where's the pen? Let's go. I got it. Yeah, I'm way ahead of you. On my honor, let's go. I was like, this makes perfect sense to me. I was like, Christianity rocks. This place is awesome. Like, I accidentally linked going to church with kissing my friend Haley. So I was like, I love it here. The snacks are great. Haley's here. It's awesome. I'm like, let's go. We're late. Like, I was like, I believe in my heart of hearts that I'm going to be, like, a priest. Keep in mind, wasn't Catholic, just really raised on Sister Act 2. You know what I mean? All I've ever wanted to do is this. That's fucking hot. I don't care who you are. Imagine me just before a pickleball game. I don't know, church was awesome. I was like, everyone here's kind of gay. I love it. I was like, everything, the snacks are great. Everyone's perfect. You guys Christians? Does anyone know? Our God is an awesome God. He trauma. No! That came back too quick. We barely made it out alive. All I ever wanted to do was just like give a wafer. Imagine me, hot, I've got the collar, right? I'm flat-chested, imagine. I'm just like fucking wafing. There's a line of women, they're all just like kind of crying. I'm like, you're forgiven, hot. I'm like, you. Next, you. Next, you. Would you like some wine with that? Hot! Ah! This is my theory with like very, very devoutly like closeted Christian people in my youth group at this time. I feel like straight girls perform their like devoutness by like low-key wanting to like date Jesus. They're like, spoken for. Seats taken. Busy, right? And then I think that accidentally made an entire generation of like queer people want to be Jesus. Everything about him rocks, okay? Right? The hair, the androgyny, the perfect amount of like muscles, but like soft. Like, what is his gender? All of them, same. You know what I mean? Just like burdened all the time, like women weeping. I'm like, that's goals. I was like so deeply, like, I don't know if you guys have seen like what non-binary dykes look like these days, but they're all serving like Christ on the... Like, we're so burdened, do you know what I mean? Like, why does Christ kind of give like Shane energy? Like... My TikTok page looks like Get Ready With Me Crucifix Edition.